Hi everyone! Welcome to Storybook Village in downtown Pentwater. My name is Barbara Sims and I own this wonderful store of stories. And I wanted to talk with you today about a very important topic. This is about homelessness. In the month of November, we are going to be celebrating people who help other people find homes or help with finding resources for them if they do not have a home. And I happen to have some great stories right here in Storybook Village that I wanted to share with you. So I want to thank TrueNorth for coming today and helping us share as we celebrate and learn more about Homeless Awareness Month. So I have my first story right in my hand. This story is called A Place to Stay. It is a shelter story. So are you ready for the first book? Let's open this up. A Place to Stay, a shelter story. This is a book published by Barefoot Book, and let's see who the author is because these are just beautiful stories. So this is written by Aaron Gunty and illustrated by Estrella Meza. I slammed the car door and tucked my Bunny Beth under my arm. I don't want to stay here, I told Mama, looking up at the tall building. I know, Mama said softly, but we're very lucky to have a place to stay. I squeezed my Bunny Beth to my chest. I didn't feel lucky at all. This isn't a house, I whispered. You know what, Mama said? I think you're right. This looks more like a palace to me. A palace, I said. Mama grinned. Let's go inside and see if the queen is here. Inside, we met a woman with short hair sitting in a tall swivel chair, and her name was Kelly. Mama filled out some paperwork, then Kelly said she would show us to our room on the 3rd floor. We passed an area with some sofas and a television on one side. Next, we walked past a room full of toys and books. Oh, wow, Mama exclaimed. I believe we found the treasure cave. You and all the other kids maybe would like to play here, and maybe you'll make some new friends, said Kelly. Mama said we would want to do that later. Kelly took us to the room where she said we would sleep. It was very small. Dinner is on the 1st floor, she said before leaving us to unpack. We put our bags on one of the beds. Then Mama pressed on the mattress. Ooh, a little squeaky, but it feels pretty good. I frowned. That is not my bed. My bed had a fluffy pink blanket and 3 pillows just for me. This bed had a boring gray blanket and only 1 pillow. Mama replied. You're right. That's not your bed. In fact, that's not a bed at all. She kicked off her shoes and climbed on the mattress. What are you doing? I asked. Mama took a big bounce. She took another bounce and another. Her fingertips touched the ceiling. This isn't a bed. This is a rocket ship, sending me straight to the stars. Do you want to touch them too? Bouncing looked like fun. It took me a few times, but I finally touched the ceiling. Mama looked at the clock. I think it is time to go downstairs for dinner, and my tummy rumbled. Yum, I smell spaghetti, Mama said. The dining room was large and full of people talking loudly. Some people stood behind a counter serving food. Others sat at tables waiting. I covered my ears. This isn't a kitchen. You're right, Mama said. This isn't a kitchen. It's a banquet hall. A banquet hall, I asked. Yes, and look at how many people have come from near and far to dine with us. Let's get our food and say hello, shall we? Okay, I sighed. We sat next to a woman named Alice and her 2 children, Grace and Andrew. Alice let me feed Andrew a bottle, and Grace and I talked about school and found out we were reading the same book. After dinner, Mama gathered my PJs, soap, and a towel so I could have a shower. I turned the water on and then ran my hand under the water. Ooh, brr, I said. Well, you'll just have to wait for the water to warm up before you get in, Mama replied. What? Oh, that will never work, I said. And why is that, Mama said? Because we won't find warm water here, I smiled. Really? And how will we find it, Mama asked. Deep sea diving, I said. Put your diving mask on. We swam to the right, glug. We swam to the left, glug, glug. Over here, I shouted. The water was just right. After my shower, I climbed into my rocket ship and snuggled with Bunny Beth. Mama, this is the most comfortable rocket ship I've ever slept in, I yawned. I think so too, Mama whispered, kissing me on the cheek. Good night, sweetheart. Good night, Mama, I whispered back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we were off to sleep. And that is the story of A Place to Stay, a shelter story.